Hi.
Hello. I was
Hey.
wondering if maybe I had the wrong Zoom link.
No, I am just running late because mornings are hard for me. Anyway, yeah, I figured we'd have pretty low attendance today, so if you're okay with doing a working meeting, then we can try to make some progress on a couple of the things that we've got.
Nope.
Um, let me see notes. So it looks like the transition to Bear happened pretty smoothly.
Oh yeah.
So that was great to see. All right. So incubating application is still open. And then we need to submit that funding request for the mentorship this week. Um, those are kind of the big two ones that I have. Oh, and then the office hours. Have your Bear Hour meetings been scheduled yet?
Not yet. And we talked about that on Friday. That so they haven't been scheduled yet. I want to get them scheduled. What we're trying to figure out is how to do it.
Okay.
Um, and because it's got God, if the idea is for it to be a safe space, and then it can't be recorded, and we got to figure
Right.
out how to skin that cat with the OpenSSF. I mean, we can't, I mean, this everything, all it means is supposed to be open
Yeah.
and viewable. So we have to figure out how to do that. It might be something that we have to do. Um, it might be something that we have to do kind of on our own. I don't know.
Mm,
I have to figure that out. And if that's the case, I don't mind. I don't mind opening up a Teams link and
yeah.
doing that. I just want to make sure that it's something that we can if we do that, can we still promote it?
Yeah.
Uh, through the OpenSSF, and that's the other rub with that one.
Right. Um, two patients. Okay, so yeah, that's a good question. It almost makes I wonder if a viable alternative, and I see that you don't mind just in here, so welcome. We're talking about the bear hours, which are supposed to be a safe space. Um, just safe space discussions for the community. Um, One of the alternatives that I was just thinking was, could we just try to get a room at every major conference? And then that way it won't be recorded. Um,
I think
yeah,
that's an option. But then that means that we'd have to go for the conferences or have a selected amount of folks to go.
yeah, that's true. So I at least am trying very hard to go to Open Source Summit. Um,
Yeah,
but
for me
yeah.
it's Denver and Japan is the two that I'm trying to go to.
Oh, so you will be at the Denver one too then. Cool. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one that I'm targeting. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, for speaking at the Denver one for Bear. Uh
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I probably won't be speaking because I did that last time and I wanted to rotate.
Okay.
But
But
like
we
if we
have
need
we,
speakers, yeah, I can probably jump in.
we have the CFP for it, right? I think that was one thing we needed to do today.
That's one of the things we need to do.
Okay.
Kahil was so Kahil said he was going to um also take a look at speakers and all of that, but it sounds like he's been incredibly busy. So I haven't gotten any more speaker ideas for that. I know for hold on one sec. Trying to speak and take notes. So yeah, could we I guess just write the CFP ourselves.
I can type if you want.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, could we just write the CFP ourselves and then like find speakers? Like last year it kind of happened the other way around. Where we had a bunch of speakers and then we spoke. I mean, we could also just do the four of us right here right now and do a panel that way.
Okay. Yeah, because we're all planning to go, I'm assuming.
I don't know, Ijoma. Are you planning to go to any of the open source conferences this year?
Yeah, I'm going to first backstage with them. I've not gotten the visa yet.
I see. Okay.
And also Brazil for non-focus. It's the same week.
Oh wow. Okay.
My thing is budget. If there is no budget, then of course any money goes to my leadership on going to these things.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Which
yeah,
is
it sounds
why I haven't been to any after North America, is because they kind of cut our travel budget in half. It was like it was huge. It was just,
Yeah.
yeah, for us they've just gotten very strict as to like if we're just going for networking, they're no longer supporting that kind of travel. You have to be like a speaker,
Mhm.
which is why I'm kind of trying to submit as many talks as possible.
Yeah, and I'm sure on this route too, we can also get OpenSSF to like sponsor some of us.
Yeah. Yeah. There's for sure like travel scholarships, I think,
Yeah.
for the conference.
I've never
Do you
heard
want to
about
just
this.
use
Go ahead.
I said I've never heard about this. My co-speaker, she's dropping out because she doesn't have funding. So we're supposed to be two, and our topic is on diversity. So, but she's not going anymore because she doesn't have the money. And we're like looking for where to apply for this funding scholarship, but we couldn't find any. So that's why I'm surprised that you're saying something about it.
I wonder if it's the conference that you're going to. So you said it was like OS Backstage?
Yeah, first backstage by Plain Choirs in Germany.
Yeah, some conferences might not have scholarship. So we were
Yeah.
talking about the open source summit that's happening in June, I believe.
Denver in June? Yeah.
Yeah. Which that one they do offer scholarships for that.
Oh,
Yeah, so it could depend. So it could have just been that Backstage didn't have scholarships. Smaller conferences tend to be a bit more limited in that regard, and
Mhm.
so they just can't support speakers, which is a problem. Yeah, that does make me think, like as an aside, because the funding request for the first 2 months of the year is due this Friday. I was going to submit one for mentorship, but could we submit one for travel funding as well?
We'd have to talk to Cahill, maybe, or is it a separate request? Because I think it's just a different form.
Yeah, it would be a separate request. Yeah, I think for the open source summit that's covered, I guess I was thinking like conferences like Backstage if they don't have explicit like travel scholarships, then
Oh, okay.
we still want to be able, I hope, we still want to be able to support yeah, people attending.
Yeah. Cleo agrees.
Hello, Prince. Uh,
There's a background noise.
yeah, your audio is just like buzzing in the background.
Yeah. Maybe you can disconnect and connect back to see. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, kind of jumping around a little bit on the agenda. So, for the CFP, we had said it's going to be about just like the office hours that we've covered, just like the different topics. Is that actually an interesting topic? Or should we cover something specific, one of the specific office hours that we thought resonated really well?
We had getting into, I think finding mentors was a big one.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe we can do that one then. Either finding mentors, well, it overlaps with getting started and submitting to CFP. So yeah, I like that idea. Honestly, it
Yeah.
overlaps with all of them. So um,
Yeah, and like kind of like how to get into the space and all that jazz, essentially. Because
yeah,
it's just going to be a panel. We'll just talk about the questions, which so we can also throw in all the other avenues.
yeah. So Ijoma, if there's travel funding, since you were a speaker in the office hours on mentoring, do you think you would have a chance to go to Denver in June?
Yes.
Because we would love to have you on the panel if you can.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Okay. We'll figure out the travel budget piece
Yeah.
there first.
So that would be really great because yeah, then we can just actually having the specific topic about mentors, I think will be better than
Yeah.
just covering all the office hours. And then yeah, Ijoma, you can share. I mean, I know you've been doing a lot of programs over the last year too, so it'll be really great to
Have your insight
hear.
for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. I mean, Prince, you're also invited to the panel, of course. I know you had mentioned. Actually, Croak told me that you may be talking at VolnCon, which would be really great. Your talk gets in there. Um, so yeah. I mean, like I said, I think the rest of us could jump into this panel if we need to. Do we want to ask the other speaker? I think it was Santiago who spoke.
We can ask him.
If he'll go. Yeah, I'll
Um,
make a note to send him a message about that later. Um,
'Cause I assume he goes.
yeah, he went to KubeCon. He
Okay.
wasn't at the Open Source Summit last year, I think. But yeah, I'm sure there's others in the community that would be very much willing to speak about mentoring. even some of the other speakers that we had over last year. So like Catherine, Kihil, Lori,
Yeah.
Fatima, Geneva, and Lexi. Yeah, that'd be good. Jay, so it sounds like you're trying to go, but you're not sure. So would you want to join the panel in some
If I can
capacity?
make it, sure, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Like I've been to say it's how do I say this delicately?
There ain't no money.
There ain't no there isn't there. It's because
Yeah.
to say there ain't no money ain't true. There's a lot of damn
Yeah.
money. It just isn't being funneled in my team's direction. Put it that way.
Mm.
It's a lot
There's
of
no
money.
budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. So, all right. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I mean, John, actually, I'm trying to remember now. John also spoke last year. We may want to ask him about mentoring John or Jonathan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we'll have an assortment of folks that will already be going that we can pull into the panel, if anything.
Yeah.
If nothing pans out with the current list of folks.
Yeah.
And then do we have the CFP already written or is that something we need to do?
We do not. It's been on my to-do list and it's been like slipping down.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
wanna, I'll ping you offline and then I'll set time with you.
Okay, yeah. We can even use the mentorship like office hour advertisement blurb as like a start.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. I just um
You can
could use the
also
help on this.
we can also have like a doc. Can just add us and then maybe have like an abstract or a very little synopsis so that we know what we want to talk about during the session, so everybody can just drop in their ideas into the doc and later on we can come together and compile everything into one whole. I don't know if that makes sense, but just
Yeah.
thinking.
I think for future, but I think the deadline's like this week, so I'll crank that out like after this call and send it out
Oh,
and then that way we can apply it like today.
Yeah.
okay.
I think we
My
can
goal would
write, sorry.
go.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think we can write a pretty general CFP, and then we can still use your suggestion, Ijoma, for the actual questions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but yeah, the deadline I think is like Sunday.
Yeah, the 15th. It's a Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
This weekend. But we'll just knock it out today. Um so we can remove it from to-do lists. Because that always is a good feeling. And then we'll have another one for future talks. Um the going back to the bear hour, I have another speaker for the event. Are we still doing Black History Month or are we gonna
Yes.
okay.
So actually the bear hours, I think we're going to be the like safe space one, and then maybe we need a different name. Because the Black History Month was going to be the office hours.
Okay. This is community.
Yeah.
And then was this the bear hours? Was that
The
the one in person at the
Yeah,
conferences?
exactly. The safe space / in person to be
Do we have a
determined.
okay, that's
Yeah.
TBD. But that's with Kahil.
Yeah, Kahil and Jay are driving that.
Okay. Okay. And then I have a speaker. Who are our speakers for The
Um,
27th.
I think we had said, Jane Cahill, Jake, are you still available on the 27th?
Of this month, yes.
Okay, yeah, because that'll be the Black History Month um talk. I was thinking of inviting a PhD student who's Nigerian also. She studies here in the US, so she may be interested. And then Cahill was going to reach out to blanking on her name right now.
Christine.
Christine, yes, thank you. So I don't know if she's still around. Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess the title, I don't know what a good title would be. Right now it just says Black History Month, but I was kind of thinking like celebrating like Black excellence in open source or something. Would that'd be a good title?
We'll throw it into AI and see what happens.
Sounds good.
Uh,
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I like it, but I don't have anything. I don't know. It's a weird climate.
yes. Yeah. No, I get what you mean. Okay.
I know I'm going up the agenda, but did we talk about the incubator application? I think that was approved and merged.
Oh, was it? Oh man, I missed that. Where is
I think it's
it's still open.
okay.
Yeah, it's still open. I think I had a couple of like tiny changes that were really just like a couple typos. Um, that's all the feedback I've seen from different people. And we still
Okay.
need like a couple more reviews, I think, or a couple more approvals. Um,
I think one person left a comment. Where is it? Looks good. Oh, yeah. I don't know why my thing doesn't sign off. I gotta fix my signing off thing.
yeah, or we can just like squash it and then it'll get signed off anyway.
Okay, that works too.
Yeah.
All right. Gotta
But yeah,
fix
there are
my-
a couple of, I think, like just tiny fixes that needed to happen. And then once that goes through, I was thinking of going through and just like renaming everything that says DI to Bear, because there's like a bunch of documents where that needs to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they've changed our repo yet.
Ooh, congrats, Prince. Congrats on your new role.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, please share
Yes.
what the new
Share
role
your
is.
wins.
If
Perfect. Okay, so incubators in process. I'll make the changes. It could be smushed. Do we have to do anything for the funding request?
yeah, I can open that for the mentorship. So an update I have there, I have 2 committed mentors. One of them is Cairo, which we should for sure invite Cairo to the mentorship panel, actually, now I think about it. He's done a lot of just open source mentoring, especially of, how should I say, like underserved communities in Brazil. So that's Cairo, Kai.
Oh,
Yeah. So he's done a lot of work in that, and sort of he himself has like, what should I say, overcome a lot of these challenges, and so now he's worked at VMware, he's worked at I think IBM he mentioned to me the other day.
nice.
And so he wants to mentor like 2 to 4 students if we can fund that many. And then that's for the RS Tough project. And then I think the Get Tough project was the other one that I asked. They can mentor 1 student there. I also asked Stephen in the scorecard project. He said he'd get back to me. And I asked some people in the Six Store project and haven't heard back. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that they're not going to mentor people this summer.
Or they might just need a reminder because everyone's like slammed busy.
Super busy. Yeah, I'll ping them again. And then I will also ping folks from the Minder project who just kind of wanted more details about like time commitment. But yeah, maybe interested. So I'm probably gonna submit for the like maximum number of stipend money that can be given to a student, which is something like $6,000. And apparently the LF awards these stipends based on country, like home
Yeah.
country where the student are. But I was kind of thinking like it doesn't seem fair to me to do that. So if we can just give them like an extra bonus or whatever you want to call it, with the extra funds that we receive, that'd be good.
Yeah.
So that's my update there. Yeah, so I'm gonna submit, I guess that amounts to something like, if we say 5 students, ooh, that amounts to something like $30,000. I don't know if they'll approve that, but we can always ask.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when we gotta think about a funding because they're asking for mentorships and then we're asking for travel
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, so for travel for Open Source Summit, I think, let me double check before I say something wrong. Also, there's like the funding requests are like every 2 months. So if we like don't submit for Open Source Summit or another conference this time around, like there's going to be another opportunity in April before June.
Okay.
So
That gives us enough time.
yeah, exactly. Attend scholarships and travel funding. Just diversity scholarships and need-based scholarships for Open Source Summit in Denver.
So that's what I was gonna, so when we talked about the funding request, so what we're trying to do, Marcelo, you know this, is get to a rolling funding situation. And I think, well, that's Zach's intention. Thinking about that one, we gotta think ahead. So we have the funding request for the mentorship stuff. Are there any other funding requests that we want to submit early? Or that
Yeah,
we're thinking about, right?
yeah, no, I get your point. This is why I was asked, we need to ask Probe again, because was it Probe or Cahill? One of them said that the OpenSSF may already have funding for scholarships like set aside separately so that we wouldn't have to apply for it extra.
That's
Um,
what I understand is that they have a specific scholarship for travel. And then they have
Yep.
another one for the admission too. Because I remember doing like where I had to look at the people that applied for it and then pick.
Yeah, and I can't remember what the stipulation is either, but I do know they have it because I know of an individual who got it for like the member summit one year.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know for Grace Hopper, we didn't end up going, but they had for 2 people that they were gonna reimburse them for travel and hotels and stuff. I think you're muted if you're speaking.
oh, I wasn't. But
Oh.
yeah, okay, that's what I remember too. So,
I think that would be a Kahil Chrome question.
okay,
I'll just do that.
yeah. So I totally agree though. We should apply early, as early as we can. Because the mentorship wouldn't start until June, but actually we need to have funds ready by April, I think, which is why I'm applying right now. Would have been better if we had applied in December, but we missed that.
Okay.
So yeah, if we think that we may want to also do not sponsorship, mentorship in the fall, because there's like another fall cycle that the LFX does, we can start applying for that also very soon. But I kind of want to see how the first round of funding goes before we apply again. And then we can apply like in April for fall if we think it'll gain traction.
Okay.
And then yeah, I don't know if we have any other outstanding needs for funding at the moment.
No,
Um,
I think we're good as far as funding.
yeah. Jay, did you have anything else in mind for funding?
No, scholarships were the only thing I was thinking about. And I think that might be a Cahill question because I know that they put aside budget for it, I guess, at the LF level or I don't know how that works, but I'm thinking that maybe would they push that down? Oh, maybe it should stay there. I don't know. Would they push it down to us so we can request the budget and then that way we can do I don't know. I don't know how to skin that properly. Maybe it should stay where it is. But I was thinking about scholarships. That's where my mind was.
Okay. Yeah. So given what Ijoma is saying about some conferences not having travel funds or travel scholarships, yeah, we should ask Cahill about whether or not we can use the existing funds for those conferences or if we
Yeah.
should budget extra. Because it's possible that the OpenSSF was just like, oh, we want scholarships for the big ones, and not the small
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Especially like regional conferences and in other areas
Yeah.
would be good to fund. Okay.
And then
Guess. Yeah, go ahead.
the last thing I wanted to bring up if we're done with those topics is I got an email for the tech. I think we gotta do an update for the 18th.
Yeah. Thanks for remembering that because I had forgotten. Yeah, and actually I need to look at that schedule because we have like 4 or 5 updates in that TAC meeting. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, we should prepare either way. So I guess Jay, do you think you have time to take on the next TAC update?
I can. I have to find I have to find the time, but I can.
Yeah, it's I think they had recommended that we have it done by the end of this week for next Tuesday.
Oh yeah. No, it's got to be done by it's got to be done by Thursday or Friday, something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Monday's a holiday, I believe. So
Yes.
yeah, it's got to be in by Thursday or Friday. Yeah, I could take that. If anything, I can do it on a Friday.
Okay. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, thank you. Um,
Prince had a question. Is there a format for requesting travel funds from OpenSSF? Does the individual apply directly to the working groups or directly? I think they have like a form or something you apply. We're not 100% sure on that, but I think it's like a form that they release. I've seen them advertise it on LinkedIn. Um, but Kahil will be, I think, the best to, but we need to reach out to him anyway to inquire about that and how that works. But if you want to take that task and report back, Prince, that would help us. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. So I'll put your name here. All right. Cool. And I think I just lost power, but
oh,
yeah. My internet's on a APC,
I see.
so it stays on. I did it on purpose. Any other topics for today?
I don't think so. Um, yeah. So for the office hours then, I guess that's the most immediate task. At some point, I don't know if you want to do tip of the month also. Should we try to pair tip of the month with the office hours?
I think that would help.
Okay.
I think Kahil had that task from last one, but what we can do is right after the office hours is I'll listen and take out like the nicest gems, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay.
Like when people are like, "Ooh, I like that," we'll just write that down and
Yeah.
get approval and consents from the speaker and
Yeah.
just do that.
That sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I guess we can start advertising the office hours pretty soon, before we have the questions.
Okay.
But yeah, at some point we need to just figure out who's going to moderate that one.
I think once we get all the speakers, then we can figure out who moderates it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, if there's nothing else, thank you everyone for your time. We'll be in touch via Slack and let us know if you have any questions or anything comes up in the meantime.
Cool.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye.
Have a good week.
Good week.
Bye.
Ariane, did you just join?
Yeah, I think so.
I stuck around because I saw Ariane jump in. I was like, oh.
Yeah, same. We're actually closing out the meeting, unfortunately. But please join again in 2 weeks.
Let us know if you heard us, Ariane. I don't want to just jump off with you.
Yeah.
Hello, Ariane. Hello.
Hi, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Apparently, I'm late.
Yeah, we were just getting ready to close out the meeting when you joined. Um, we're happy you're here though. Uh, would you be able to join again in a couple of weeks?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. So please, in 2 weeks, join us again. Yeah, we just went through our whole agenda.
All right.
Did you have any specific questions or anything that we can answer for you in the next couple of minutes?
Not yet. But
Okay.
if I have a question, I will drop it in the Slack channel.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah, then you'll get an immediate answer then.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ariane.
Thank you,
And did I say
Ariane.
your name correctly, by the way?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, thank you again. And we'll see you in a couple. Ask your question over Slack, and
See you in
we'll
2 weeks.
talk there. But then see you here in a couple of weeks.
Sure, sure.
All right. Should we give everyone 14 minutes back?
Yes, 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 yes.
All right. Have a good day. Have a good week. This is great as always.
You too, myself.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.